So good morning, or I should say good afternoon. In today's video, I will be making slow cooker carnitas, which is a pork taco. Amazing, great flavor. This is something that's really good that you can just wake up in the morning, throw it all in your crock pot and be done, and then come home from work and enjoy with the family. What do I have in front of us? I have 2 Spanish onions, a couple radishes. So one of these Spanish onions will be for the topping for after, including radish is for the topping. If you don't like radish, you don't have to put it. I'll be honest, I didn't like radish either. In fact, I don't even think I had a radish until I started eating these tacos, and I pretty much just put it on for garnish. Ended up eating it and they were so good. So we've got 2 big bay leaves and 1 small bay leaf here. Some jalapenos, which are also going to be for on top with the onion. I've got 6 to 7 peeled garlic cloves and 2 big, I guess they're navel oranges, and some cilantro. If you do not like cilantro, you do not have to put it. You can substitute it with parsley. And then as well, some chicken broth. Next, we have that pork shoulder. Okay, there's like 3 pounds. To be honest, there's probably like 2.5, but anyways, so we also have some clove, some dried oregano, and we've got some chili powder, red pepper flakes, cumin, and I don't know why it doesn't want to focus, but that is cumin. Okay, cottage. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I used to call it cottage, but I've heard a few people call it cottage. So okay, so first things first, we're gonna go in with our chicken broth. We're gonna do 2 cups of that. Next, 2 oranges like this, and we're just gonna go ahead and squeeze the orange juice out of both of them as much as possible. Orange number 2. Juice of 2 limes. Next thing that we're gonna add is a big heaping tablespoon of cumin, a big heaping teaspoon of chili powder, a nice heaping teaspoon of oregano. Okay, next is 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I'm just gonna put a couple dashes of clove in there, not too much because clove is really, really strong. Kosher salt. Take a nice big pinch and sprinkle that in. In fact, take 2 pinches. That's what it looks like. Make sure there's no clumps. Okay, so now after that, let's add our onion. So I have an onion that I cut up into quarters. Add your garlic, cloves, and your bay leaves. Your 3 bay leaves. Our sauce looks really good. So I have literally just taken off, there was a big thick layer of fat, so take that off. Cut your pork into 2 and just sort of, I don't know if you can see, but make sure you mix the broth around with the pork. There you go. And that is pretty much it. Now we're gonna set a timer for 8 hours And then I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out and when it's all ready. This is what it looks like. Now I'm gonna transfer the meat onto a plate and we're gonna shred it. Okay, so I've transferred my pork over to a plate and now I'm just gonna start to shred. And it smells so good. Dang. This is my plate of meat. I also put some juice over it. I let it sit for about 5 minutes just so that the meat can soak up some of the juice. So now we're gonna put it into our frying pan. So now we're gonna put that on high heat. And I'm just gonna pat that out. And we're gonna sort of let the juices absorb and as well as evaporate with this heat on. Just gonna let that cook. I'd say let it go for about 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 3 minutes. My pan is still on high. I still have a little bit of juice left. Stirring occasionally, but the juice is evaporating, as you can see, and it's also, the meat is also sucking up the remainder of the juice. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pat that meat down nice and firm, and then we're gonna take about a half a cup of butter, so cube it up into 4s, and just disperse them out on your meat like that, and let that melt. We're gonna let the butter crispen up our meat. Not too much, but just a little bit. As well, take some pepper. Sprinkle that on. And let's give it a hit of some kosher salt. There we go. Smelling really good. I'll be back when it's ready and it's pretty well crispy. So this is what it looks like. If you can see, there's little, I would say not burnt, but like charred very nicely. We like ours a little bit more crispy, but it tastes really, really good. So now we're gonna go ahead and load up our tacos. So this is what I have. I have some lime, some chopped up jalapeno, some radish, and some Spanish onion, and of course some cilantro. Okay, so to start, we're gonna put some meat, just a little bit. Okay, and a little bit of onion on all of them. A little bit of jalapeno. I'm gonna add a little bit of cilantro. And we're gonna take some radish. I mean, how easy is this? How easy is this? And it looks so pretty too. Cotard, I think that's what it's called. And we're going to just shred a little bit over the tops. you want to spice it up a little bit, I got some tapatio, which I always put on there. Some chipotle crema and cilantro lime crema. And I normally put a little drizzle of all three.